Wow, one whole year of the COVID-19 pandemic, and I, for one, would like to say, happy anniversary, COVID. What are you supposed to get for a one-year anniversary again? Ah, that's right. Paper. Greg Shapiro, United States of Europe, making fun of the EU the American way. COVID-19. Wow, who knew the 19 would stand for the amount of months we'd have to stay in lockdown? With exceptions, in the Netherlands, it looks like Eurovision, with or without an audience, will be allowed to go forward. This year's theme, spread love like a virus. Or alternatively, love and peace and 0 points for the UK. And in Utrecht, they just conducted an experiment with 500 negative tested attendees watching a live comedy show, proving that the Dutch can be truly innovative. Unfortunately, the results are inconclusive because, as it turns out, 1 in 5 attendees refused to get the full testing after the free comedy show, proving that the Dutch can be truly cheap. But the good news is, even without the full test results, it seems only one person tested positive after the experiment. Wait, only one person? Who infected him? Or maybe it was intermission. Damn it! The form clearly said, don't bring your own snacks. The bottom line is, theaters are pretty safe places to be. First off, whatever safety measures are being implemented, it's way better than what the theaters were doing 1 year ago. This is how my comedy gig looked in Tilburg, Schouwburg on the 7th of March, 2020. This was in Tilburg, otherwise known as Outbreak Central. At that point, the rules were, keep your distance, wash your hands, which backstage we did. But for the audience, they didn't care. At that point, most of the Netherlands was like pink shirt bro. And then came the 12th of March, followed by Friday the 13th. Theaters closed. Maximum capacity, 0. But as of the 1st of June, theaters could reopen for 30 people. 1st of July, they could reopen for 100 people. And then came the truly innovative question. Okay, if the theaters can only open for 100 people at a time, would the artists be willing to, instead of playing just one time a night, play 2 times at like 7 and 9 p.m.? Now, a lot of theater artists got this offer and said, no thanks. But I said, yeah. I mean, performing in front of a camera is nice, but it's kind of weird. And besides, I was all ready to go with my show called Leaving Trumpland. And I got to play that show 3 whole nights before the new lockdown, when we heard that the maximum capacity was going from 100 back to 30. Some theaters postponed, some just canceled. And one theater, being very creative, asked, could you, instead of playing 2 times for 100 people, play 4 times for just 30 people? And I was like, why not? At that point, the theaters were, if anything, overly safe. And to prove that point, I got a photographer to follow me through those shows. Here he is. Now, first off, the theater, bar, and cafe, they were closed. The only alcohol they could serve was in the hand sanitizer. It was just walk through the empty lobby and go to your seat. Me, I entered at the artist entrance. At this point, no negative test needed. Just sign in, 2 chances to disinfect your hands. Always bring a mask, even during the sound check. And if we're very good, folks, this is what we can return to. The theater normally holds about 500 downstairs and a couple hundred more up top, but this time the reserved seats are marked and spaced apart 30 max. Back to the dressing room after sound check and more hand sanitizing, keep your mask on in the hallways, and then the show. Is it hard performing to such a small crowd? Targeting specific parts of your text to specific, oases of actual people in the desert of red chairs? Well, it's different. I finished the show, don't say goodbye to the crowd or talk to people afterward like I normally do, and then backstage for an hour and do it all over again. In the end, I wouldn't order it from a menu, but hey, it's better than the alternative. So, just remember, whatever rules they come up with next, vaccine passport, the bubble system, masking and distancing, the truth is, theaters are some of the safest places you can be during a pandemic. Bedankt. Hit subscribe now, or they'll never open the theaters again.